Hi everybody, Sarah Louise here. So I am now going to be doing step 3 of the 7 steps to do with the Facebook marketing strategy. So I'm just going to wait for a few of the live viewers to connect. Sorry that the lighting's not particularly great, but in my apartment on an evening I've just got the spotlights on above and they're quite like a warm yellow light. So that's why it's not overly bright in here, but I'm not really sure, it doesn't really make any difference. So just wait for a few people to get on. I'm also in my pyjamas. It's nearly my bedtime, but I thought I would just do a live before I go to bed. So excuse the PJs. So I'm just going to wait for a few people to connect. So this is now a follow-on from the 2 previous videos that I've done. So the first one was about defining your goals and your vision. And then the second one was all about understanding who your audience is and defining your audience. So this third one tonight is going to be all about content creation and helping you regarding your content to appeal to your potential buyers. So just wait just a couple more moments for some more people to connect. So as always, guys and girls, if you let me know if you're watching on the live, put the word live and tell me where you're watching from. And if you're watching the rerun, put the word rerun and where you're watching from. So I always like to know who's actually watching and where from. It's nice to know which countries watch me live, which countries watch me on the rerun. And I've got my phone set up for notifications. So every single person that passes a comment will come through onto my phone as a notification, so I will follow it up, whether you watch it live, whether you watch a rerun, whether you watch it in a month's time, a week's time, it will ping up on my phone. So if you want to ask me a question, if you want me to cover a specific topic, by all means please do comment in the comments box. And also, while you're listening to my lives, if you're getting value and you're enjoying them, then please do also comment and give me some feedback. So if you're connecting with what I'm saying and you're enjoying it, then please do pop a comment in the comments, because I do follow up with all of you. And I do appreciate that all of you are supporting me and obviously watching my lives. So I'm using these to build up my audience and connect with my audience. Sorry. And I know it's helping me build up that, know me, like me and trust me by doing these lives. So this is why I'm very random when I post them. I don't think too much about when I'm going to do them and where. It's just a case of just go with the flow, which is why I'm sat in my pyjamas doing a live now. So the first 2 videos I had my makeup on, my hair all done, sat at my desk being all professional, and then my bulb's blown at my desk. So now I'm in my pyjamas on the sofa with big hair. But at least you've seen the real me anyway. So just while I just wait for a few more people just to connect, I had a really random gift arrive to my house today. So I got a knock at the door and it was the postman. He rang the doorbell and I live upstairs on the 3rd floor. And I said, do I need to sign for it? So he said, no, love, you don't need to sign for it. I said, oh, can you just leave it down there then? He says, yeah, no problem. So this afternoon, I went to go and take my dog out for a walk. And I thought, what is that parcel? I knew I hadn't ordered anything other than clothes. And I thought, what is it? And I don't know who sent me it. I'm trying not to laugh because the person might be watching this that sent it. First of all, I don't know how they've got my address, but they've sent me a foot hammock. It's the most random thing ever. You fasten it onto like your coffee table for you to, it's like it fastens onto your coffee table underneath for you to rest your feet on it. But I just thought, it says put your feet up. Someone's put a message saying put your feet up, and I just thought it was just such a random thing to send to somebody. But there's no apart from it saying it's come from Amazon, I've no idea who sent it and why. But it's very funny, very funny. But at the same time I'm thinking, how has someone got my address? But not sure I'm ever going to have time to put my feet up, to be honest, but the thought was there, so I just thought I would share that funny story with you. So right, back to why you're all watching me. So tonight I want to talk about doing your content strategy for Facebook. So your content will be completely different depending on who your target audience is. So going back to my previous live, I talked all about defining your audience, understanding who your target audience is, knowing what your product does, so then you know who you can serve and help. Once you've understood all of that, it's far easier for then you to create your content because you know who you're trying to appeal to. So you can't just post content without a purpose. You need to be really clear about why you're posting what you're posting, because you are building up a brand, which is you. You are your brand. It doesn't matter which business you're in, which company you've joined, what products you have. People are buying into you as the brand. So you need to make sure that when you're posting, you're thinking to yourself, is this building my audience? Is this building my brand? Is this creating engagement? Is this showing me to my best, as in my lifestyle, my results? And is it adding value? If it doesn't fall in any of those, then it's not actually helping you grow your brand and helping you grow your business. So you're better off just not posting it. So you need to think about being a professional on Facebook, but also letting your personality shine through. Nobody wants you to be boring business. They want you to be your personality as well and be authentic and raw and real. But if you're posting things that's very random, that's not related to your business and your passion, then when people come onto your Facebook page, it's not going to be clear what you do. So you need to be making sure on a daily basis that you are building your audience by connecting with more people, adding new friends daily, getting into groups and interacting. So you actually need to be talking to people on a one-on-one conversation, talking in groups, making your voice heard, having a voice on social media. So you're building up your audience. Then when you're posting on Facebook, you need to be creating content that is going to make your audience connect with it. You don't just want people liking it, you're wanting to be posting something where if you put a question on a post, then it's going to create engagement because you're asking your audience to reply, you're asking your audience for their view on something. Where if you just post something and you don't put a question, you'll find it gets a lot less engagement. So you want to be creating things all the time that's making you reach out to your audience to ask for their response. Obviously, then the more people respond on a post, if then you go back in and you connect with all of those comments, you can have a post with, say, 10 people that's commented. If you go back in and reply to all those 10, then Facebook see that as a post with 20 comments. So then they will boost it in the newsfeed because they see it as a popular post. So when you're creating your content, always make sure that you're doing it to create engagement. So you're either asking for people's advice, asking for people's thoughts on something, but really always try and connect with your audience, because the people that will respond are the people that are interested in your business for a reason. So if you're creating the right kind of content and then asking for them to interact, you're then building up that relationship with these people. It's far easier than to have a one-on-one with them in Messenger. So I'm just going to put my glasses on and just read my notes here. Just find out which bits I wanted to talk about. So when you're creating your content, you need to be attracting people that are your target audience. You don't want to be trying to just appeal to your friends and family and thinking, oh, this is going to look good on social media. Don't try and be somebody that you're not. You want to be appealing to your target audience. So when you understand who your target audience is, you need to think about what would you want to read and what would you want to hear and what would you want to see if you wanted to buy this product from you. So it has to be clear exactly like what you do and how you can help people. So if you're not actually like selling to your audience on a daily basis, if you're not making it clear exactly what business you're in and what you do, now you don't need to mention the brand or the product, but if it's not clear on your Facebook page how you can help your audience, they're going to go and find somebody where it's clear that they can. And there's so much competition on social media that if you're not seen as a voice of authority and a go-to like guru in the industry, they will go and find somebody that is. And this is why I say don't use hashtags that are related to your company or your brand, because what people will do is they'll click on that hashtag and it'll bring up everybody that's linked to your business. And what they'll do is they'll go and find the leaders, they'll go and find the big names, and they'll go and join them. So you need to be making sure that you're building up you as a brand and you as a voice of authority and keeping people on your page. Because if you send them off from a hashtag to your upline or your mentor or your team leader or somebody else in your business that's doing really, really well, they're going to be attracted to them. So you need to make sure that when you're creating your content, that you are using your unique hashtags to you and not hashtags that your whole company are using. Otherwise, when a lead has come to your page, you're sending them off to somebody else. And then just a couple of other things is when you're building your audience daily, and obviously then you're connecting with your audience daily, you need to be making sure that you're actually selling to your audience daily. Now, by selling, I don't mean pitching, spamming, sending links. What I mean by selling is adding value that makes your target audience connect with you. So, like me, for example, doing this live, I am still selling myself as a brand. I'm still showing how helpful I am, how I'm knowledgeable in this field, how I can help people make money online. But I'm not pitching a product. I'm not talking about prices. I'm not mentioning a brand. But what I am doing is I'm letting people know that I'm here to help other people, that I know what I'm talking about. I have a voice online. I'm not one of these quiet people. I speak my mind, but I will always lead from a good place with a good heart. And therefore people know me, like me and trust me to want to do business with me. So my Facebook Lives is what my magnetic force is for customers. So I don't need to be on Facebook as much now, liking posts and engaging with people on my posts, because my Facebook Lives is what's drawing people into my Messenger inbox. And I spend nearly all day now in Messenger, rather than me having to be on like people's posts, liking and commenting. I don't really tend to do that now because I find it very time consuming. Where I find if I concentrate on doing a really good Facebook Live where people are getting value, then my inbox just every day, all day, is new people coming in all the time that are connecting with me. So that is one thing I would say to you guys. You know, Facebook Lives is definitely the way to go to connect with a global audience. Because remember, if you do a Facebook Live for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, it's only taken you that length of time. Then you post it up onto your wall, and people can watch that while you're asleep. They can watch it while you're busy doing work. They can watch it while you're networking with other people. They can watch it while you're on the phone. So once it's gone up there, you're able to be seen by hundreds, if not thousands of people worldwide. So don't underestimate the power of a Facebook Live. It doesn't matter if there's only 3 people watching you while you're live, because once it's posted up onto your wall, endless amounts of people can see it for such a long time to come. I have people watching my lives, they'll go right back. I mean, I've done well over 200 Facebook Lives, probably over 250, and I'll get notifications on my phone of people watching ones from way back. So it just goes to show how much people will actually go back and back and back and back to look into how authentic you actually are. So if you don't want to do Facebook Lives, you have to think about other ways that you can engage with your audience and actually sell to your audience. So you need to be leading with value. So you can do things like webinars, you can do things like Zoom calls, you can get on Skype calls, you know, Facebook Lives. If you're not confident enough to do lives, you can do pre-recorded videos. But just think about ways where you can add value into the marketplace to get people to know, like and trust you. Then at the end, you want to be doing a call to action so that if people then like what they're hearing and you want to encourage them people, you've given something for free, but then you want to, at the end of the day, you want to be making money online. So you need to be doing a call to action at the end of however you've done like your value post. So if you say to people, if you want to find out more about what I do, it's like me, for example, like with my educational courses in cryptocurrency, I'll always sort of say to people, if you want to find out more, get in touch in my inbox. Or you can say to people to write a specific word, like in the Facebook Live. You can say, if you want to find out about cryptocurrency, put the word crypto. So again, you're giving a call to action at the end of your video. You can do this if you do a webinar. You know, if you do like a half-an-hour webinar where you're teaching people something, they're getting lots of value from your webinar. And then at the end, of course, you can do a pitch and sell them something because you've given them all that value. You know, if you do a training Zoom call, for example, at the end, of course, you can pitch your product, you know, because people are listening to you because they want to learn more about what you do. So as long as you're leading it from a good place of value first, then there's no problem in you selling to your audience, because I think a lot of people fall under the trap on Facebook by adding new friends and building up their audience. Then they spend hours and hours and hours liking and commenting on everybody's posts, but then they're missing the main part, which is actually selling. Now, if you don't sell to your audience by adding value, somebody else will, and then you're going to miss those people. So you need to be making sure on a daily basis that it's clear on your wall exactly what you do, what kind of business you're in, who you can help, who you can serve. And in your content that you're creating, you need to be making sure it's clear what problems you can solve. So, you know, are you helping people lose weight? Are you helping people be financially free? Are you helping people, you know, like I am with educational courses, to be successful online? It's very clear on my page what I do. There's nothing random at all on there. So you need to go back to your page and think, if you were to buy your product from you today, what questions would you want to be answered before you could actually make that purchase? Then you need to imagine your page from the customer's eyes, not your own, and think, is my page actually clearly showing that? Would people know what products I actually have? Would they know the kind of industry I'm in or the niche? Would they understand my passions? Is it showing your lifestyle clearly on your Facebook, the lifestyle that's being created from your company? If you're getting results already, as in if you've grown a team, are people aware that you've even got a team on your Facebook profile? You don't have to lead with money, but if you've got a good commission, or you've got, if you've been upgraded in your business, or if you've got some achievements in your business, is that being shared on your profile? Because no matter how small you feel an achievement is in your business, it is still an achievement that you should be very, very proud of. So any success that you have, don't feel as though you can't share it, because people will follow your journey and see that you're much more authentic by, you know, talking about your successes. But you can also open up about the struggles that you've had and the things that you've found difficult, but only once you've overcome them. So don't talk about things that you're struggling with now, but talk about things that you have struggled with in the past that you've overcome, and how your business has helped you do that. Because again, that's in your content creation, because there's lots of people out there struggling online, and if you can be seen as somebody that can help them get over that hurdle, then they will then see you as somebody to, you know, want to do business with. So if you put all of this into your daily content creation, there's no reason why you won't start to get, you know, leads coming into your messenger inbox. So you're not having to direct message people, you're not having to pitch to people. What you're doing is using attraction marketing to draw people to you. So if you make sure that you're posting quality content every single day and building up your audience and creating engagement with your audience, make sure that everybody that comments on every single post that you do, every single Facebook Live, if you're still building a business and you're not earning 10 grand a month yet, then make sure that every time somebody comments on anything, you go back in and comment, because it boosts you in the Facebook algorithm. Until you're one of the big boys or big girls that's absolutely just smashing the business, all these little tiny things will have a massive impact on your algorithm, growing your audience and growing your brand. But it's these little tiny things that a lot of people can't be bothered to do, which will set you being successful against people that end up failing. So if you make sure it's part of your DMO, which is your daily method of operation, if you do these things every single day, now this can all be done in less than 2 hours. I'm talking about cramming this into like an hour. So there's no excuse, even if you work full time and you're building a home-based business alongside your full-time job. If you do this within an hour a day, I can guarantee that you'll get results to the point where you'll be able to leave your actual job and do this full time. But it does take daily commitment, 7 days a week. Don't take time off on the weekends. You can still do an hour a day, a Saturday and a Sunday. So I hope there's been some helpful tips for everybody here. Sorry about the poor lighting, but I always just try and give value. So if it's on an evening, then this is as good as we get. So I'm going to go now. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will go and follow up with all of the comments. Take care. Bye.